Hey guys, welcome back to the Dharma channel. What you're about to see is behind the scenes for the Campaign Paradiso videos. One of the big concerns I had as I was starting to map out all the boards and figuring out, making sure I had the terrain, I had the models painted, all that kind of good stuff, was how to address the terrain issue. And to do it in a way that really allowed me the flexibility to create multiple boards with different looks and feels and do so in a fast way. And I first attempted to make all the terrain myself, and I ran into two issues. One was that it wasn't being built fast enough, and the second thing was that it didn't have a consistent look and feel necessarily for an entire 4x4 board. So I got on my computer, drafted up some design diagrams in PowerPoint with some rudimentary kind of, this is how the terrain should look and feel, and you might be seeing some of those images. I might throw those images up there, and send it over to Nick from Modest Magic, who got excited about the project, and he's like, heck yeah, let's do this. And this is what ended up being the result of my design and Nick's implementation, which is just, I think it's awesome. I have to share this with you. So he sent me a box of terrain that are all on these 1-inch foam sheets. In that box there was one of these which is just walkways, and every little piece up here actually fits in the doorways that you're going to see soon. It came with 7 of these sheets, which are standard walls that have this nice kind of cut in. You're going to see how just little decoration on these walls allows for you to come up with a multitude of different looks based on the color scheme that you're intending to, the color palette that you use for these walls. You end up with 2 of these sheets. These are basically built-in LCD sheets, and my intention on this, and the whole reason I even started with this project, was I wanted to be able to use some of these pieces to address objective markers in effect for Campaign Paradiso specific missions. So these LCDs, while you could use them for anything that you want, we'll be using these wall pieces to address places that people can hack in and make doors open and close. You'll also get 2 sheets of this, which are, I don't know if you can, how well you can see this, but these center pieces here can be knocked out, so you have built-in windows that you can add to your walls or buildings. You'll get 2 sheets of this, which are built-in cut ladders. This could be really effective if you want to end up using the walkway. This, you know, if you use the walkway sheets in this, you can create the walkways that look a lot like the pieces that I created with the floorboards. And you also get 2 of these, and it might be hard to see, but this is a doorway, that's a doorway, that's a doorway, this is a doorway. So and all told, you'll end up getting, let's see, that's 8, so 16 doors, 12 walls with ladders cut into it, a set of walkways, 12 of the windows, 12 of the LCD screens, and 42 walls, not including all of the extra walkways that get built into every one of the sheets except for the one that has the doors. So it comes with 16 of these in total. These things are just barely cut into it and barely held on to the polystyrene backing. I don't know if you can kind of see this lip. It's maybe 2 millimeters tall, but that's all that holds all this together. So let me show you just how easy it is to assemble. What you're looking at here is some remnants from other pieces that I've already built. So literally, they pop right off. If you really want to, you can take some extra time and use a straight edge knife to cut away some of this extra hangover. And quite literally, you know, what has this been, 15 seconds? I now have a wall segment where I've, you know, attached a window next to a staircase, or I can build it in 3 dimensions. One thing that you might notice and is that there's a bit of a edge here, and that's intentional because if the edge wasn't there, your line that's in the wall would kind of drop off. It would be blocked and it would look kind of strange. So when we want to use this line to be more like a blue glowing fiber optic line that kind of runs alongside the walls, in order to allow that fiber optic to kind of continue around the wall, there's just a little bit hangover on some of these extra pieces. But Nick actually added to my design the indentation on all the walls so it looks like a natural progression. When I first got this package from Nick, I wanted to see how fast I could actually put together a structure, and this is what I came up with. The assembly of this, including the hot glue and everything, includes a ladder that goes up to a area for HMG and snipers to get better vantage point without cover. The assembly piece of this probably took a minute and a half. I did it live with John from Wargame Painting and Smurf from Solid Smurf. It really didn't take any amount of time to actually create the structure. I then probably spent about 25 minutes throwing together some paint. I wanted to come up with some different looks and feels on how the walls could look different based on the paint scheme. This is very much that kind of gray, and probably take a little more time to paint this before I use it in one of the bat reps. I also tried to do more of a earth look and feel to it, and I'm going to show you some pictures because I don't have it with me, but I'm going to show you some pictures also. This is just a standard walkway piece. Again, this kind of resembles a little bit of what I was doing with the 2-inch polystyrene, and this is not 2-inch polystyrene. It's literally just the 1/2-inch walkways, and I have just a couple of support pieces that I took the knife, took a straight edge knife to and cut that off. And I will tell you right now, I'm going to show you a picture right now. It is the proof of why you don't need 2-inch polystyrene for structural integrity. Nick ended up putting 2 full paint cans directly on top of the walkway, and it held up. And again, this is just with a handful of pieces, and there's more than enough because, like I said, in each one of your wall areas, he gives you this 2-inch walkway as well as this, which fits directly into where the door slots are. So again, if you need doors, you're covered. If you need walkways, you're covered. If you need the supports under the walkways, you take a straight edge and cut a little bit out of that, and you're covered. Nick's going to be selling this pretty soon. I'm actually hoping that we actually can tag it with something that says designed by Dore. The main reason being that I want you guys to know that anything that I've designed through Modest Magic, I'm going to have bat reps up and show you that not only is the terrain nice to look at, but that it's also playable as well. So again, guys, when I got this terrain, I literally wanted to just whip up some terrain, create some color palettes. I tried a third color palette where I used blue and white primarily, and it kind of gave a much more futuristic feel to it. So let me show you what someone who took a little bit of time painting it made the terrain look like. Again, incredibly solid. The kit that I just explained to you, 16 foot by foot wall segments. So he's going to be posting it soon. If you're an early adopter of this, you can grab it for 75 bucks, and that's shipped for free. If you end up waiting, the price might rise to $100. Nick's trying very hard to keep this as low as possible. Full disclosure, this is not, he's utilizing this design, but I am not getting any sort of commission for this. I'm just really excited that for the first time, with 16 of these sheets, you could easily put together enough to cover the majority of a 4x4 table. And you're not going to want your entire table to be just this. You're going to want to add some ground terrain, these little pieces where models can fire over. So allowing a little bit of space for, you know, 5-inch or the nearly 5-inch templates where people are combat jumping in, and also some ground level terrain. But again, if you guys are scrounging for some terrain, I mean, quite literally for the amount of money that you would put into, let's say, 3 buildings, you can get your whole 4x4 table done. That's an incredible win. And I'm really excited about it. I'm trying not to make this sound too much like a commercial, because, but I'm really excited because I really and truly believe that one of the biggest hurdles to Infinity is just making sure you have the terrain. And with kits that are built like this, you're kind of set. Anyone that I mentioned in this video, you can find their information in the description area below, get direct links to them. And let me take a minute here to thank everyone right now who has currently signed up to do something for the campaign. This includes Solid Smurf, John from Wargame Painting, Nick from Modest Magic. I had talked with Dream Spirit War, who's doing something very unique for this campaign, but I don't want to spoil that just yet. We have Nataku. We also have Epic Terrain, which I did not want to forget. That guy is painting up probably 75% of the miniatures that are in my Infinity bag. And this introduces a new segment that I want to talk about a little bit, and that is I want to start doing cool pictures of miniatures and have it fit with whatever we're discussing. So like, we're talking about Infinity now, we're going to show Infinity miniatures. So if you painted up a miniature and you want to get some views on it, send me a PM. I'll send you back an email where you can definitely send me pictures of your miniature, and if it's cool, we will add it.